funniest family moment I've ever witnessed in court? Hands down, it was the day two siblings tried to fight over their grandmother's will while she was very much alive, eating fries in the parking lot. I work as a court bailiff. That morning, siblings Madison and Trent showed up ready to battle over their 85-year-old grandmother Evelyn's estate. The problem? Nobody had told them Evelyn wasn't dead. These two had been circling her like vultures for months, snapping photos of her antiques when she wasn't looking, helping her by reorganizing her jewelry box, and showing up to Sunday dinner with tape measures. Never mind the fact that Evelyn was still sharp enough to win poker every week and had recently beaten half the neighborhood at Scrabble. Madison came armed with a $600 an hour lawyer and a PowerPoint presentation titled Feminine Legacy Rights. It included photos of her lovingly posing with her grandmother's teacups, pie charts about her emotional attachment to china sets, and a timeline showing she'd visited Evelyn 3 times in the past year. 2 of those visits were just to measure furniture. Trent wasn't outdone. His lawyer presented blueprints of his bachelor apartment, showing exactly how Evelyn's antique dining set would fit in his living room. He also had a slideshow called Superior Spatial Awareness and Masculine Furniture Appreciation. Both legal teams were treating a living woman's belongings like a corporate merger. Judge Reynolds kept giving me looks like, "Is this really my Tuesday afternoon?" Madison took the stand first. "Your Honor, my grandmother and I share a sacred feminine bond through mutual appreciation of delicate household aesthetics." Translation: I want her expensive stuff. Trent fired back. "Your Honor, as the male heir, I am genetically predisposed to appreciate tools and furniture." He then proudly presented the measurements he'd taken of Evelyn's living room without her permission. Finally, Judge Reynolds sighed and asked, "Where exactly is Mrs. Evelyn Carter right now?" Madison put on her best sad face. "She's in memory care, Your Honor. She hasn't recognized us in months," Trent added gravely. "She's basically a vegetable, can barely remember her own name." Both lawyers nodded solemnly, pretending this wasn't an obvious grab for cash. They even tried presenting medical evidence of her decline. And then, bam! The courtroom doors burst open. In storms, Evelyn, all 85 pounds of her, walker slamming with every step. She was moving faster than half the teenagers I see at the mall, her face glowing with pure fury. She marched straight up to the bench and declared, "Excuse me, young man. I'm looking for my 2 backstabbing, grave-robbing grandchildren who apparently think I'm 6 feet under." Judge Reynolds' jaw hit the desk. "Ma'am, are you Evelyn Carter? Last time I checked, unless someone stole my identity while I was eating a Big Mac and coffee, which, honestly, wouldn't surprise me with these 2 buzzards." Madison's face went ghost white. "Grandma, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be in memory care. What am I doing here? Maybe I should ask what you're doing here, auctioning off my china while I'm still using it to eat dinner." Trent tried smooth talking. "Grandma, we were just planning for the future." Evelyn snapped. "Planning? I caught you measuring my grandfather's desk last Easter while I was pretending not to notice. And Madison, don't act innocent. I heard you tell your book club last month that I was basically a drooling vegetable waiting to die." The siblings looked like kids caught stealing cookies. Judge Reynolds, barely hiding a grin, asked, "Mrs. Carter, would you say you're of sound mind? More sound than these 2 circus clowns who hired lawyers to steal my belongings while I was at the beauty parlor," she shot back. Then she pulled a folded document from her purse. "And since my loving grandchildren are so eager to inherit my things, I spent this morning revising my will." The siblings instantly started sweating. Their lawyers looked like they'd just watched thousands in billable hours vanish. "Everything I own," Evelyn announced proudly, "including my home, my car, my jewelry, and my life savings, now goes to my neighbor's orange tabby cat, Mr. Pickles. Because unlike these 2 vultures, he visits me daily without bringing a tape measure." "Grandma, you can't leave everything to a cat," Madison squeaked. "What's insane," Evelyn said coolly, "is you 2 fighting over my estate while I'm alive and eavesdropping from a McDonald's parking lot." She turned back to the judge. "Your Honor, Mr. Pickles has shown me more affection than these 2 ever have. He brings me dead mice, not legal documents."